Halo Outreach Podcast to keep you up to date with everything going on in Halo. How's it going, everybody? Halo Outreach Podcast numero 9 for you guys today. That's 9 in Spanish, by the way. Today we're going to be talking about some Halo news for you guys. We're a little bit lighter today, so I don't expect the podcast to go too crazy. But today we're going to be talking about some MCC playlist updates, some new information on Flight 2 and Flight 3, as well as a little bit of discussion about community update that came from Sketch. So we're going to go over that. Also this week, that Halo Reach turned 9 years old. So we kind of want to do a little reminiscing of talking about how our experiences were 9 years ago with Halo. And to finish off, we're going to be doing a little bit of an update, playlist updates that are coming for Halo 5. So without further ado, let's get into some more introductions here. So we got me, Kevin, right here, and we got our co-host over on this side of the screen, Patman Gaming. Why don't you say hello?
What is up, people? Happy to be here. Episode 9. Let's get it.
Yes, that's right. And so, I guess, before we go into that, was there anything you've been kind of playing this week, Pat? Like anything in particular?
A lot of Hollow Knight, which I've been loving. It's like a 2D Dark Souls is what I compare it to. And a little bit of Gears 5 sprinkled in there a little bit, which is, you know, just a great game. Been enjoying that. What about you?
Yeah, I've been playing a good amount of Gears 5 as well. I think my last stream I did was Gears 5. We played some of the campaign, and got a decent amount through that. But yeah, the campaign of Gears 5 is awesome. Love that campaign so far.
Yeah. How far are you now?
We just beat the Monarch.
Okay.
The Matriarch.
Okay, yeah, that's where it gets really good. Like it picks up, right there.
Yeah, me and Rapscallion were doing some co-op on that. And he and I, it's probably took us about like 7 times or 8 times to like beat that Monarch. But when we did, I mean, I keep saying Monarch like it's a butterfly. No, it's a big scary, burly alien man who just wants to kill you and throw its spikes in your face.
Yeah, that guy was a little tough.
But it was fun though. I loved. But it wasn't like it was unfair or difficult though, which is a very difficult balance to make when it comes to video game difficulty. But they kind of hit on the nail on the head on that one right there for sure. All right, well, I've got the little formalities out of the way there. And so let's kind of just jump right into the news. And so first thing we're talking about here is a Halo MCC playlist update. But actually, I should say we're also doing this live on our on our Twitch channels. Links in the description of the video if you're watching a video, or also on Podbean or anywhere else you guys are watching it. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, make sure to let us know, and we'll read them at the end as well as we normally do here. So let's get right in to the news. So we're starting off with a little bit of the MCC playlist update that was recently received. This one was more Halo 4 focused. So it just kind of refreshed a few things with Halo 4. So yeah, like with Halo 4 Slayer in particular. So you had different things like 5 or 6 different types of Slayers. So you had like Infinity Slayer, which is now weighted 57%. Yeah, Team Slayer, which is a 10% weight, which is kind of more like the loadouts, but with no ordinances. Infinity Slayer is loadouts and ordinances with power weapons on the map and stuff. Then you had the Legendary Slayer, which is weighted at 33%, which has no loadouts and no ordinances and power weapons, and you spawn with a battle rifle. So kind of your classic Halo feels in that one. And sadly enough, also mentioned in that same update is that the removal of Halo 2 Anniversary Hardcore and Halo 2 Anniversary Fast Slayer are being removed on Wednesday, September 18th. To me, this is the first time I've seen like a playlist get removed from Halo, and I'm like, dude, that kind of sucks.
Right.
I actually really enjoyed the ranked version of Halo 2 Anniversary. I just could never find matches because I'm just too low of a rank. Any thoughts on that one, Pat, when it comes to Halo 4 updates? I'm sure you're really looking forward to playing some Halo 4 Slayer, right?
Oh, yeah. Freaking love Halo 4, dude. It's the
Halo
best.
4, man.
2 plus 2 is 4. So if you have 2 Halo 2s, you got a freaking winner in my... Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of Halo 4. But I'm a bigger fan of it than you were. That's for sure. I know you just really don't like it. So
I had about 24 hours played of Halo 4 multiplayer, and then I was like, all right, I guess I'm not playing Halo.
yeah, yeah. I had at least probably 3 or 4 days. Definitely one of my least played Halos. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm kind of sad about Halo 2 anniversary going as well. But I kind of feel the same way you do. I didn't really find many matches. Maybe, I guess, yeah, like you said, based on rank, it was always really slow matching time, so I never really got a chance to play it. But if I had a preference, I would play that because I absolutely love Halo 2 anniversary. So I
Yeah, that's
guess,
my biggest struggle right now when it comes to ranked modes, just generally in MCC, because I spent so much time like grinding out ranks in Halo 5 that
right.
like I never like jumped on the board when like the ranking system first kind of went off a little bit when the game got fixed, and so then I was kind of left behind where everybody else kind of ranked up to like 30 and above and stuff. And then the way the matchmaking works, it's like a threshold of 10 plus or minus 10 for matchmaking of a current rank that you're at. Well, I'm at like level 9 for Halo 3 ranks, and like level 1 I think, or 2 or something like that for Halo 2 anniversary. So I was like, well, I can't find matches, I'm gonna be playing social then.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm
And
like once the I haven't played much ranked of MCC. Honestly, just been grinding away at Halo 5, like you said. Once the seasons hit, though, I think that's going to be a different story. I'll probably need a break from Halo 5 and go back to MC. I would prefer to play MCC, obviously, and I really wish Halo 5 was a part of MCC, especially with the seasons rewards coming out, because that would like kill two birds, one stone if they let us
mm,
transfer over our SR rank. I could still hold on and hope for that. That might come down the pipeline, but yeah, I really want to get back into MCC. So once that
yeah, and
season
then
comes out, we'll be hitting that hard, I think.
yeah, because I know that now that they have seasons coming now for MCC, once each game comes out, I do believe like the ranks will also are going to be resetting as well for each
Right.
season. So then, if you're someone like me who kind of missed the wave of everyone getting their ranks up and now can't find matches, I'll finally get a chance to play some games. So definitely looking for that. I'm bummed to see H2. I keep saying H. Damn Brits. H2A being removed. But they said like if the demand's there, it will come back. But right now it's just not played enough, and you want to kind of funnel people down. And they said that they moved all the fast Slayer Forge maps into social 4v4 for Halo 2 anniversary, and so you got that. Hopefully get a chance to enjoy. So hopefully you
Can you
do.
believe that though? Like H2A isn't the demand isn't there, but for Halo 4 it is. It seems like Halo 4 is really easy to find a match in MC. I find that really surprising. I don't know what you think about that.
No, I don't think there is Halo 4 ranked, is there?
Well, no, not ranked, but just in general, Halo 4 just get like the match times are almost instant compared to every other Halo. If I feel like I get into a match of Halo 4, like if I pick it on the composer, I feel like I
Mm-hmm.
get into that instantly compared to H2, H3, H2A,
Really?
anything.
No, I find pretty much. I mean, of course, I don't really bother trying to do Halo 4 because of, well, it's Halo 4.
Right.
I mainly just search like Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo 3, and I find matches like almost instantly.
I haven't. I don't know why.
But yeah. So yeah, I've got that coming for the MCC there, guys. I did make a video on it, kind of go in more detail about the whole thing, but it's kind of just the gist of the whole thing there. All right. And so, yeah. So we get next on the list here, guys. We're talking about a little bit Flight 3 updates, a little bit of a
Woo.
dev update from Postems here, put up online. Just kind of giving fun like a recap of what Flight 2 was like. Basically, kind of showing how there was actually over 400 issues reported by the community during Flight 2. A lot of those are grand total. Like there's a lot of repeats in there.
Right. Right.
They said the main issues that were plaguing Flight 2 were saying the stability issues on launch, match start, and match ending. So basically, when like things start or end, that's when stuff was getting weird. Of course, that's when stuff would get weird, kind of. Settings not working as intended. There's some audio issues as well. Intermittent freezing and enemy display issues. I don't know what enemy display issues would entail, but maybe just like disappearing, reappearing, or something like that. Maybe that's what they mean. But yeah, but they said they also there was a lot of issues that they did fix. on top of this, like saying was a exiting out of settings menu would continue to fire your gun, which I guess that's what everyone was experiencing. Like once you exit out, you click exit, it will fire your gun because it's not registering the mouse click. There's a bunch of other little things here that if you want to go into it, you can. Again, we'll leave a link in the description for the Fireflight information kind of stuff. But just got a bunch of random little bugs, but they definitely fixed like what it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, like 12 different bugs that they've definitely gone through and worked on, which is great to hear. But I'm sure what you're all probably eagerly waiting upon is Flight 3 information, right? Right, Pat?
Of course.
I think that's all we're kind of looking forward to.
Yeah.
Basically, they said right now that they're currently working on these different branches of the core build of Reach. As we all know, that this flight is going to be an Xbox-only flight. There is potentials for it possibly coming to PC, just if they have time or need to test out something or need to get extra data. My guess is probably won't be happening, but that's just me. So right now they're currently working on different branches of the build, see which one's more stable, works properly, to get the proper data that they need. So it's currently in Ring 0, which is the internal 343 testing. If you guys don't know what rings are, there's ring 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0 being in-house 343, ring 1 being probably like various Microsoft studios, and ring 2 being like external playtesters, and then ring 3 being the Halo Insider. So still got a good ways to go, but it will happen. My guess is I'm still feeling like at the end of this month we'll get a chance to play some Reach multiplayer. Any thoughts on the what were your thoughts on that one there, Pat?
Yeah, I agree with you. By the end of the month, I think we'll see Ring 3 get hit and it come to the Halo Insiders. I'm gonna go out on a limb though, even though I think you're right about it, just for the sake of disagreeing with you. I'm gonna go ahead and say that there will be a PC flight for multiplayer, just because I still think it's crazy that they don't need the data for PC as far as PvP matchmaking. Maybe, obviously they know what data they need, but I still think they will do one, but I have a feeling you're going to be right. And after this flight, we're going to be I think after this flight, maybe a month later, we'll see the launch of Reach on PC and on Xbox. So,
I mean, I will say I did get a chance to play some Halo Reach multiplayer when I went to 343, and I mean, it was stable. The shots were registering.
Right, and you played on Xbox, though, right?
Yeah, it was like a Xbox One X,
and it's already been on Xbox. That's the thing. Like I still don't get why out of all flights you would think PvP matchmaking would be the most important one to do on PC, because Reach has never been on PC. It's been on Xbox. It's on backwards compatibility. It's working on the Xbox One already. So I don't know. Whatever. They know what they need to do.
I think it's just because they probably just borrowed that matchmaking information from the Fireflight, because that's what they were really testing out.
Yeah. Like peer-to-peer stuff. So I understand that.
I've seen in the comment section plenty of Xbox fanboys crying like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, at least I would have thought maybe give the Xbox fans either a campaign or a firefight flight and do the PvP one on PC, because that's going to be what everybody's playing on PC. It's going to be the matchmaking. The campaign will be a quick thing that people will do and then not touch again or whatever. Obviously the loyalists will play it over and over, but the meat and potatoes of Halo is the multiplayer. I love the campaign as much as anybody, but the multiplayer what gives it longevity, the custom games, things like that. So I thought they would have wanted to test that, but we'll see.
Yeah, again, like you said, that's the reason why they're doing this kind of stuff, is because you don't really know how well it's going to do until it's out in the wild for people to play around with.
Right.
And so I'm assuming that probably once, they get their information, they'll kind of see if they really need to do one for PC or what not. But that's going along. I also get a chance to play it, so that's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to. I have a feeling, because I think for the multiplayer one, I think they're inviting pretty much everybody in who's involved with the Insider program. So
they want a more detailed the cry of the Halo fan. Me, 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 me.
Yeah, man up, man, and Chester. More detailed me cries of Halo fanboys, please. I mean, more exaggerated, more fully vocalized memes, I guess.
Yeah.
Me. That's what the comment section reads. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got that going on. My guess, like I said, we're looking probably. My guess would be at end of September, but I mean, they're still at Ring Zero, so
Right.
I mean, it could be in this month, could be next month. We'll
Depends
see.
on those blocking bugs.
For sure. All right. I guess next we just move over to the community update.
Yep.
Patty.
Yes, sounds good.
So you're kind of more professional on this one, because if you guys don't know, that Sketch recently also put out a community update that they do every 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
They post a community update. Usually it's Unishek who does it, but he's out on vacation, living
Hawaii.
his truth out in Hawaii. So Sketch came in and did the community update. It was mainly focusing on the end of Hilo Outpost Discovery, which we already covered here. So Sketch, come on.
Yeah, we're ahead of the game here.
We're ahead of the game here, man.
We're hireable 343 if you need, fill-ins for Unishek when he's in Hawaii.
And so, mostly a lot of that stuff, talking about things going on in the Halo community, but also sprinkle in a little bit of extra little Q&A kind of session on the Waypoint update. So, Pat, you kind of went into detail reading about those, so how about you lead this one here?
Sounds good. So there were a few questions that stuck out to me. One being, somebody asked, does the MCC team plan to add adjustable view models for guns? And I don't know if this means like in a custom game, or in a customization menu, or like Apex Legends style where you could actually view your gun. That would be really cool. But I'm guessing in a customization menu, and they basically, to sum it up, it was a long paragraph, but they just said it's on the list of things they want to do, but they have nothing to confirm at this time, which we hear a lot. People are asking a lot from this team to put, add to MCC. And obviously they're not going to get to everything. So it's
they're just like, can you just do everything?
Right. Just make it like a modern game. Add new armors, everything. Can you guys just add new games to MCC, please? Yeah.
So you're saying when they were saying if you adjustable, what was it again? How do you call that?
View models.
So basically you just kind of you look at the gun, you hold it up, you're like, oh, look how pretty my gun is.
How pretty my skin is. I paid $50 for. Yeah, something like that,
that actually would be pretty sick though. But then it's really only useful if you have different weapon camos and stuff like that, weapon skins.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they're going to be bothering to do when it comes to MCC.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, we don't. Maybe you never know. Maybe with these seasonal things, we might get something. I don't know. But as far as we know, it's armor right now, and I guess effects if we're talking reach stuff. So we'll see. But another thing that was pretty interesting was the potential for the PC release of MCC. People were talking about the competitive side. And basically, 343 just answered that they're going to be building this with the community to really look at community feedback as far as the overall reception of the PC port, and then competitive playlists, and see where the community goes from there. And they'll be building this with the community, which is to be expected. Community, competitive, MLG, playlist back in the day, all that stuff went hand in hand. So that's a pretty safe bet that they are going to work with the community on that one. And the final thing that I figured we would touch on that me and you have covered a lot would be the file share transfer that was recently a huge success. Almost 9 million, 10 million.
I think it's almost 10 million assets.
Yeah,
I think it's between maps and game types.
Correct, right.
Just over or right around 10 million transferred over, which is pretty crazy. And I didn't even check if I had anything in my file shares.
Either,
yeah.
But people basically asked for on the PC side, because we covered this as well. If you're on PC, you need to get to an Xbox One to access your file transfers. If 343 is planning on doing another file transfer for the PC people to be able to get their maps who can't get to an Xbox One, and 343 basically said it was a one-time only thing. There are no plans to do it as of right now. They said never say never, But as far as they're concerned right now, it was a one-time only deal, and me and Kevin beat that into the ground. We're not going to spend too much time on
Mm.
that. We
They
said that
kind
from
of
the
just,
beginning.
yeah, they kind of kept saying it's a one-time deal. It's a
Right,
one-time deal. I'm like, well,
right.
can you do it again? Like, it was a
It's a
one-time
one-time
deal.
deal.
So yeah,
Yeah.
actually, so yeah, what are your thoughts on possibly with PC being involved with the competitive side of things? Like, how do you think that's gonna like play out? I mean, obviously,
Halo
like it's a bit of a dead horse what people are talking about it right now, but just want to see like what your thoughts are
Halos
on.
has the potential to be huge on PC, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
competitively, right up there with. I mean, look at CS:GO. Look how old that game is, and it is still to this day um, a great competitive game. You got Rainbow
Oh yeah,
Six Siege, which is a what 4-year-old game almost now.
something like
Still
that.
has yeah, still has really strong legs on PC. Halo has the potential, man. Halo's right up there. Halo has the firepower as a name brand to be huge on PC competitively, and it's really up to the community how they support it and how it's received and things like that. But the groundwork is there. Halo has competitive roots on console. Why not on PC? So we'll have to
Yeah,
see.
MCC is currently number two right now on the Steam wish list for like basically most anticipated, most wanted games. It's over Borderlands, which is kind of surprising.
What is number one? Cyberpunk.
Steampunk, Cyberpunk, it's not
Okay.
Steampunk, Cyberpunk, yeah,
Steampunk.
yeah, but
Yeah.
which totally makes sense. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
think people would be more excited for a new game rather than games that came out almost 20 years ago. You know,
Right.
starting, but um, I think I did talk to Tashi a little bit about you know PC competitive play when it came to MCC when I went to 343, and because I have the opinion of basically just let the community figure it out kind of thing, and I think it should all just be kind of considered as one, and then let the input device that you want to use determine how you want to compete in Halo, rather than let the rather determining what platform you have to play on. And he sounded like they were open to that kind of idea of having like kind of like what the Apex Legends people do or like what Fortnite does for their competitive scene, just like you're playing the game. If you're playing you're playing with the controller, you're playing with mouse and keyboard, you're in the same tournament.
Right.
And I think it's if you're gonna try to make the PC platform a more viable platform when it comes, I think that's what you kind of have to do. Now, obviously, when it comes to Microsoft and Xbox, the whole thing about it being, they probably want to do just consoles, so they kind of push the Scarlet family, what they're calling it, right, for the new consoles.
Right.
And so there's that to play, though he didn't mention anything about that. So it doesn't sound like Microsoft was like pulling the strings really of what platform that you have to play on for competitive Halo. But I don't know. I think it's fine. I think I would like to see just let the players choose what input device they want and move forward with that.
Right. Yeah,
What are your
exactly.
thoughts on having like console players and PC players playing against each other and get competitive side things?
I'm fine with it, man. If the competitive scene is fine with it, I'm fine with it. Fortnite just proved it with the recent World Championship thing. What the controller players came in second. If aim assist is there, if you're good at it, depends on what the hell you're comfortable with, man. If you're good enough on controller, and you could stick it to some PC guys. If that's what you're
Mm-hmm.
like comfortable with. Now now if you take an elite keyboard and mouse player versus an elite controller player, then we're talking like it's gonna be pretty. It's kind of especially with shooters, it gets like keyboard and mouse is supposedly the way to go, but I'm fine with it. There's plenty of competitive scene. I think Call of Duty did it with their recent preview of Modern Warfare. They had like Shroud and stuff on PC, and like Noah J was on a controller, like murking them in
Mm-hmm.
team deathmatch. Like if that's what you're comfortable with, and that's what you're known for, then go for it.
Yeah, like I think we mentioned this in the last podcast too, with Snipe Down being the apex predator, right? I think it's what they called it, and the well, not the most recent one that just happened, but the one right before for the X Games Apex tournament. He had the most kills in the entire tournament playing on a
Hmm.
controller with. So it's obviously game mechanics matter a lot when it comes to when that PC and console can play together. I think that would work out rather fine when it comes to Halo. I feel.
Yeah.
But I think it just kind of determines how it works out.
If a game like Fortnite can make it work, dude, where building and stuff is so important, and you would think
Mhm.
that keyboard and mouse would have such an advantage in something like that, which like they do, like they you could build so much faster. Well, I haven't played Fortnite in a while, so I mean, it could have changed now. They could have made it easier on console, but if a game like Fortnite can make that work, then I don't think Halo would have any problems making it work.
Yeah. So, I think that's my opinion on it. And it sounded like, at least from Taji, who's like, in charge of the whole like competitive side of things at Halo, he sounded open to it. You
Right.
know, he wasn't like, we can't really do that or something like that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be interesting how it plays out. Plus, I've always heard that the V7 version of MLG settings for Reach were probably some of the best I've heard ever in competitive Halo.
Mm,
So, I'm definitely gonna be grinding that once it comes out for sure.
right.
But I think that's everything we want to touch on with the community
Speaking of
update.
Halo Reach,
Speaking of Halo Reach, transition. Halo Reach turned 9 years old last week. And Pat, you said you kind of want to do a little bit like back then kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah. Halo Reach has very high significance to me on a personal level. So I kind of wanted to get in that. Just got me thinking. Let's talk about where we were 9 years ago. Do you want me to go first, Kevin?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so 9 years ago, I was graduating high school. Actually, 2010 was when I graduated high school. So I was fresh out of high school, just a young buck coming up in the world. And that's actually the year I met my wife. I met my wife 9 years ago in July is when I met her and we started dating. So Reach, like the was just coming out and stuff. And I remember when Bungie used to they would subliminally like release codes and stuff to get early access. I remember I snagged, remember they used to release like a long list of codes and you're like, dude, that somebody's already grabbed all those by now.
Oh yeah.
I remember just picking a random one and I got in and it was like the most gratifying feeling of my life. I was like, dude, I text all my buddies. I'm like, dude, I'm in the Halo Reach beta early. They're like, no way, dude. How'd you get in early? I was like, I kind of white lied. I was like, I got a code from Bungie. Well, they released it to the public, but they didn't need to know that. But like playing that game and just me and my wife starting our relationship, and she had never really been into Halo or anything before, so she like sat there with me and played with me, watched me play the game, grinding for credits every day, doing no lifing the crap out of that game, and still loving me for it somehow. So, just on a personal level, yeah, it just makes me realize, damn, me and my wife been together 9 years. It's a long time, man. It's a big chunk of my life. So
that's quite the accomplishment, really.
yeah,
Be able to just like withstand somebody for that long.
exactly. I mean, you can barely stand me. Can you imagine living with me? But yeah, shout out to
yeah,
my wife.
I'm looking forward to doing that as well. Soon enough, yeah. So I think my Reach experience, I think I mainly play just like social Slayer. That's kind of like all I did. I didn't really bother with ranking. Halo Reach was like the first time I tried to be decent at Halo and understand how things work.
Yeah.
Like understanding how the time weapon spawns, power up spawns, stuff like that. Knowing that it's 4 to the body, 1 to the head instead of just like all headshots. I was just because I was just such a super casual boy, and even then I was still playing super casually. And then like I never like bothered ranking up or anything. I played a little bit of ranked right before Halo 4 came out, and that was actually really fun. So I remember playing that. That was actually really good. And then I remember I tried out Invasion. I was like, it's different. I don't like it, and I just didn't play it.
So good, man.
So like Reach coming out now is gonna be like a completely new experience for me.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
I never really bothered with ranks. I never really bothered with Invasion. I mainly just did custom games and Forge and 5v5 Social Slayer. And that's about it.
Such a filthy casual.
I did play the Anniversary players quite a bit though as well when that was a thing.
Yeah.
Because those maps are like some of the best designed maps like I've ever seen in a Halo game. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Like Prisoner looks so good. Oh gosh, I love the aesthetics of Prisoner in Halo Reach. It just looks so good. Um, so yeah, like that's why I'm actually really like, this is probably the one out of all the games coming to PC. Actually, Reach is probably the one I'm most excited about because I experienced it in such a small little window, and I'm such a different player now, like 9 years later, that I'm actually really looking forward to get a chance to jump in and kind of really feel like I'm experiencing this game for the first time.
Yeah,
Like
you've
I really
matured
getting. I know,
as
I
a
really
Halo
have.
player, you
You
know?
know, I'm a much more open-minded.
There you go.
So, yeah, but geez, like I remember like I had about 15 or 20 days played in that game. My other time was spent playing Black Ops 1, which was my favorite Call of Duty and still is.
Shout out
Uh,
Brofist
yeah,
on that
shout outs
one.
to Black Ops 1. Brofist Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1.
Ah, that was such a good Call of Duty, and it's been
Oh,
failing
it's
ever
the
since that
best.
game.
It really was. Yeah, yeah. In my opinion, it's gone downhill since that game.
And then I was even doing. I remember doing YouTube videos back then for Halo Reach. I think I did. I was doing one day Call of Duty, then Battlefield, and then Halo, like a 1, 2, 3, like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of thing, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So like, hey guys, today is the Halo Reach day. So I do have some old Halo Reach videos that I don't really care much about sharing because they're
Oh, we're gonna
incredibly
have to go
cringy.
digging.
Oh, there's so much cringe. Oh, it's so much. It's ridiculous. Back in the day when I thought scores mattered when it came to making YouTube gaming videos.
All right.
And then it's like, unless you're going like 38-0, no one really cares to watch your video. You know?
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh, I'm at 24-5. And you're like, yeah, it's a really good game, but I don't care.
I did it on the average, bro. Yeah.
That's averagely beast, yes. But so yeah, I remember like just doing like YouTube videos on Reach as well, but again, like just more kind of gameplay commentaries. It just kind of like talking about whatever I wanted to talk about, really, rather than actually making focused videos like I do nowadays.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be like a whole new experience for me. So I'm really looking forward to jumping in Reach this time around. And I think about 2010, I I remember when I first played it. It was in between. I was just got out of college, and it was that summer, so I had no job. My buddy, my best friend, didn't have a job either because we're just like fresh out of college,
Mm.
and so then we just like. I remember I think we went to like a Blockbuster and we rented out Halo Reach and
Oh
we
my
just played
God.
the campaign. We stayed up all night playing the campaign, just M&M's, Mountain Dew, and just ended up split
Typical.
screening it with
Yeah.
some campaign. And I remember, yeah, we definitely, yeah, that was a good time for sure.
I just remembered too, Reach is the first collector's edition I ever bought of a video game too.
Oh,
I still
really?
have it to this day, sitting back there on the
Hmm.
shelf. But one of the coolest, I love that Noble Team statue. It's so freaking cool. It's a little flimsy, but such a cool statue.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing for Halo Infinite. Though I'm probably going to be getting the game on PC, so I don't really know if there's going to be any point for me getting the collector's edition because I'll probably only be like an
Oh, we're
Xbox
getting
collector's
it. We're
edition.
getting it regardless. I mean,
Yeah.
we have
So, what was your first day experience playing Halo Reach there? Do you remember
to.
that?
Just the impact of that campaign. I remember staying up all
Hmm.
night with my buddies, like you said. Me and my best friend used to do like side by side. We would set up like two freaking picnic tables, or not picnic tables, but like foldable tables, and we used to just put our monitors like next to each other, get Mountain Dew, Doritos,
The big
all that.
heavy CRTVs, right? So you're
Oh no, 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 no! We did monitors back then. We were
oh,
all
okay.
MLG focusing on monitor refresh rates. That's the way to go. Uh, and just grind out stuff. And yeah, that campaign was so memorable to me.
Hmm.
That campaign gets a lot of flack, I think, but
I think it's
um,
just because the story was a bit like the character. It was a character-driven story, but the characters themselves were really kind of surface level characters.
they
We
were,
didn't really get much into like the history behind them or anything like that,
but we
just because
never
like the
did.
action was just so ongoing. But it's more just kind of like
Yeah,
a
she.
story within the moment of Halo Reach, rather than being like, "Who is Cat? Who is
Yeah, but did
Emil?"
we ever get like deep diving in the Chief in any of the other games? Like, no.
Not
I
really.
I feel like this was a more character driven story than well, besides ODST than any
Hmm.
of the Halos before it. But um, I just love the pacing of that campaign. Like it was just action set piece after action set piece. Okay, now you're riding in this war on a warthog, or now you're in a scorpion tank. Now you're in a falcon shooting a grenade launcher. Like it,
Mm-hmm.
there was just so many different gameplay moments that just made it epic. And then the music was really impactful. Like when spoilers when George died and stuff, and you get thrown back. My boy Jorge.
Pour one
Uh,
out for the boys.
exactly. Just so many memorable moments, and it really was a swan song from Bungie. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate Halo experience, especially that long night of solace mission. You're in the whatever that ship is called. I forgot the actual name of it. And you're flying through space, shooting down Seraphs and Banshees and stuff. And then there's a
Oh
zero
yeah.
G part. It's just such an epic mission. It was so different for Halo. I could go on about the Reach campaign, but yeah, so many good memories.
Yeah, the one thing I really liked about it is that you can tell like not three fourth, Bungie finally figured out like how to manage their time. It felt
Yeah.
like because like Halo 2 was just development hell, and they redid the entire game like the last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Halo 3, they put a lot more into like the features and stuff like that in the game. Because like when I replayed the Halo 3 campaign when it first came to MCC, I was like, dude, you do a lot of backtracking in Halo 3. Like you
Yeah.
play through the mission, then something happens, and then you play through that same map but just backwards.
Yeah. Halo
You
1
do that a
like
lot
that, too.
actually, and
Halo
you don't
1.
do that really at all in. I don't think you really do it at all in Halo 2 or in Reach.
Yeah.
Like
No.
everything's new, and you're just feel like you're constantly moving forward.
Mhm.
And that's one thing I really like about those two campaigns, because I really actually don't like doing the backtracking
Yeah,
in
I don't
Halo
like it
3.
either.
And so yeah, this is definitely a well done campaign. So yeah, some good old memories of Halo Reach 9 years ago, and we're
Happy
gonna be living
birthday,
it
Halo
all
Reach.
over again.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's also my favorite thing I'm looking forward to when it comes to Reach is we're gonna be playing that campaign again.
Yeah.
Just
I'm looking forward
playing
to
in
that.
60 FPS, no motion blur.
Whew.
It's just like the veil's been lifted, and then it actually looks really good. Like,
Yeah.
I got a chance to see it like in 4K, 60 FPS. You know how it's supposed to look, and I was like, dude, this game looks just as good as a current day game.
Yeah. Yeah. Halo
It's
Reach
just
had a very diverse art style. Like it
mhm.
holds up really good. And I can't remember. I remember like, those keywords they throw around back in the day, like watching Bungie Vidocs and stuff. And they did you're like,
Most
this has
ambitious campaign ever.
that, and like it has 10,000 times more polygons than Halo. But it was true. Like the graphical jump from Halo 3 to Reach was insane. And the art style, the grittiness of
Hmm.
Reach still holds up to this day. Yeah. And then seeing it on like a PC and like playing it, it's like this game.
Yeah, they actually had to like cover up a lot of the great graphical increases by like adding that motion blur.
Yeah.
So then like because the anti-aliasing was so bad, that's
Yeah.
like they had to like blur it up a little bit some way, and also drop it to 30 FPS. And I think the game was in 720p as well, if I
Hmm.
remember correctly. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was yeah, it wasn't. It had a lot going against it to make it look good, but they made it work some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, the upgrades are gonna be looking really nice. I guess we're cool to move over to the Halo 5 playlist updates.
Halo 5 players here.
Halo 5 players here, hey. So yeah, we got some updates coming for the new playlist coming up for you nerds to enjoy. Just kidding, but you great people, I mean. Uh, as they do every week, they get some new playlists coming in and out and stuff like that. And so on the 12th, we just got Anniversary Throwback, which rotated in for Rock and Rail. I literally haven't touched Halo 5. I've just been doing MCC and Gears is pretty much what I've been playing.
Played one night with Jimbo Rapscallion, and I've had enough like ass whippings to just so well. I don't think we won a game that night, so I was just like, yep. Well, doesn't feel good to be back on Halo 5.
It feels good, feels bad, man. And so then actually on the 19th, which is going to be Thursday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, on Thursday the 19th, we're having a brand new playlist coming to Halo 5 that's never been done before, and it's called ODST Slayer.
This is
And I'm assuming it's probably like starting off with Attack Mag and Is there a
and
silenced
silent.
SMG in Halo
Yeah,
5?
yeah, there is.
Oh, there
There's
is.
a
Okay,
tactical SMG.
okay,
We
so probably starting out with those weapons.
yeah.
Other than that, I would love to see like some cool Forge maps that are inspired by ODST. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, what if you come in on drop pods and stuff? That'd be dope.
Have like
It's actually a
the
battle royale mode. We just don't know it yet.
oh my god, imagine.
That'd be
Technically, it would still be a
insane.
Slayer game, right? Just with 100 people, right?
Right.
Yeah, we get one life. So that's what I would be looking forward to, and it's rotating in for action sack. So Jimbo, not Jimbo, Patman. Sorry,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
your favorite playlist of action sack will be rotated out.
Oh, great.
Sadly, for some ODST Slayer. Also, I'm sure that'll be double XP when that comes in, so it'll be a good way to kind of grind out your XP gains to get that 152 before Infinite comes out.
Yeah.
And that's about that when it comes to those updates for a playlist. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be post up a video of like some gameplay or just giving like a review of the new playlist because we haven't really received like a brand new playlist in Halo 5 for quite some time.
Yeah,
A bunch of refreshes.
I'm gonna do a video on it too, you know. Not if I do it first, Kevin.
Yeah. No. All right. So I guess that's about everything on the news side of things, really.
Yeah,
Right?
Q&A time, baby. Q&A.
Yeah. So really, it's kind of Q&A time. If you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask them. But I guess while we're waiting to have those kind of come in, guys, really do appreciate everyone coming by. As always, we had pretty good viewership actually this time around for the stream, so I do appreciate it, guys. If you guys want to follow Patman over here on the side of the screen, how do we do that, Pat? How do we find you?
You could find me on twitch.tv/thepatmangaming. Just type in the Patman Gaming just about anywhere, and you will find me. On Twitter, I'm at the same handle right underneath my lovely video right there Kevin put down there at the Patman Gaming. And on YouTube, just Patman Gaming on YouTube. You can find me there. And I'm on Mixer too, but I've been just streaming mostly to Twitch now because I don't want to get in trouble with Twitch. I don't want them to slap me on the wrist.
Once you become an affiliate on Twitch, you're the part of the terms of service that you're not allowed to stream your content anywhere else for like 48 hours, I think it is. So you can restream an old stream to Mixer if you wanted to. I don't know how exciting that would be for people. Oh, there goes the notification sound. I don't know why this time the notification sound played this time. But Zero came in with a tier 2 subscribe, dude. Thank you very much. That's 3 months for Zero. Thank you very much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. I did make a new subscription notification, so I'll definitely play that at the end of the podcast here, guys. And so if you want, so did we cover everything on your end for
for
socials to
social
follow?
media? Yes, I am done. Where can people find you, KevinKoolx?
We got my Twitter handle right on the bottom of the screen there at KevinKoolx Halo. You can also go to youtube.com/user/KevinKoolx. Got Karate Girl. Thank you very much. Got links in the chat right there to my YouTube. Got Twitter. I got my own Discord as well. Facebook, if you want to follow a old page that doesn't really get updated as much. And also on Instagram, KevinKoolx as well. I'm pretty active on Instagram. I try to put at least one thing a day. If I miss a day, then something else is going up the next day. I did recently just post a thing of all my swag that I picked up from PAX weekend. I was saving my stuff because I got some, I don't know if you guys can see the video right there of all my delicious swag.
I want some of that G Fuel right now. Give me some. Feed me through
my
the mic.
black on blackberry from Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, I literally haven't tried it yet because I was waiting to take this picture, and so then because once you open it, it ruins the cover.
The seal thing, yeah.
Yeah, the seal. Opening it up removes the cover and stuff like that. And so then I was like, well, I gotta take the picture before doing anything like that.
Shout out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't really saying anything.
Okay, all right. Well, then in that case, I meant to cut you off. Shout out to Zero for converting her Twitch Prime sub to a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, Zero.
Yo, Zero. Zero is crazy.
MVP.
She comes in the clutch, big time.
MVP always, yeah.
Bigly. Which I think right now, actually, it is September right now on Twitch, right? So if you had a gifted sub, you can convert that for $2.50. And I think if it's your first time sub as well, it's $2.50. If I remember correctly.
Sounds about right.
So subscribe right now.
Sub right now, everybody. Sub to twitch.tv/Gold Ninja Jimbo and Scallion.
I actually took a big advantage of that, like with all the gifted subs. That kind of it's a lot of gifted subs this month because obviously it's September. So all my gifted subs I've continued those for $2.50. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many people I wish I could subscribe to, but then I'd be dropping like $100 a month on Twitch subscriptions, and there's only so many people.
Yeah, yes, we gotta keep the stream team small. We got
so I kind of rotated around a little bit who I subscribe to. So we did get some questions in the chat here. So we can read some of those. From Gold Ninja Jimbo, it says, "Who did the painting of the woman behind you, Kev?" Right Kevin there. That's my favorite lady right there. What are you talking about?
That's actually a picture of his.
No, it's my fiance's art that she got, and we shared. This is like our office room that we share together and stuff. If you want to actually look a little bit above it, I showed that at the beginning of the stream as well. If you look up right there as well. Hugs and kisses. Yeah. And actually they got like a kind of a cool like colored art piece thing right there too if you want to look into that. But
I called dibs on naming the peacock. Yeah, yes, the peacock's name is Patrick now. Patrick the peacock.
Yeah, Patrick the peacock right there.
Yeah.
And Karate Girl asks, where is your dog, Kevin? He's with my fiance right now. He's just kind of chilling.
Yeah, dogs are not allowed in the rooms when streaming.
Yeah, it's actually terms of service right there.
Yes.
Because the dog is unable to ask or able to confirm consent when it comes to being shown on stream.
Yeah.
So it's actually against terms of service there, sadly.
Yeah, I asked my dog. He just gives me the puppy dog eyes. I'm like, all right, dude. Well, then you can't be in here, man. You can't do it.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all the questions I see right there in the chat. I think we might have had one earlier in the stream.
Yeah. If we got any questions here, people put them down in the chat below. If you guys have any questions that you want us to answer.
Oh, Karate Girl did ask earlier. Should I use my Twitch Prime sub on either Kevin or Patman?
Both. It's September. So
the real answer is Ninja.
Yeah, goldenninjajimbo.com. You'll find
.com. Yes, goldenninjajimbo.com.
Twitch.tv/goldenninjajimbo.com.
That URL will work 100%. Yeah, totally. All right. Well, I think that's everything on my end. Anything on your end there, Pat?
Let me double check. I think that's where you go for nudes. 0 cents. Oh god.
Yeah, not this shampy podcast. We're going to Gold Ninja Jimbo twitch.tv/.com.
Yes, exactly. Where I'm typing it in now. Let's see. But no, I don't have anything, Kevin. I think that was a good, nice, concise podcast.
Yes. A little bit more concise than our last one was an hour and a half long. Of course, in that case, we were gone for a week. So I had like 2 weeks worth of information to go through, and I went to 343, so I got
that's like enough for one whole podcast just talking about that. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, Karate Girl asks, who has killed the birds in Halo Reach, also known as the MOAs?
I think you did, Karate. You were mentioning that earlier in the chat.
I kill them every time. I fucking murder them. Every time I see them, I magnum them to death.
I'm a humane person, so I let them run free. And then I shoot them in the back of the head, so they don't, so they don't see it coming. So that's just like it's just done.
That's
so
even
they just
more
like
savage.
They don't have that sense of fear kick in
because at least they have a chance to run and survive if they see it coming.
It's like that scene from so just look out into the sunset. Just look out into the sunset. That's all I can do.
Like putting down an old pup. That's terrible.
No, that's from the Mice and Men, right? Where, the main character has to kill Lenny because he killed somebody or something like that.
Yeah, because he killed a bunch of puppies and then he killed somebody.
Yeah, and he realized he was too dangerous for his own good. So he's like, just look out into the sunset, old friend. You're like, oh god,
so sad.
Oh jeez.
Has Cat betrayed any of you? Ooh.
Last
No.
I
Not
mean,
me.
she's betrayed me in Gears
Mm.
because she kind of let me down a couple times. You know, she wasn't building up those fortifications because she's an engineer class in Gears 5 in Horde mode. She just kind of let me down. So that's how
Her
I was betrayed.
her death betrayed my feelings in Halo Reach because I thought hers was the absolute worst death out of all the characters. I don't get like her shields weren't even popped or anything like completely, so
Yeah.
she just died by one headshot when you just survive like four of those, five of those in multiplayer. So I
Yeah,
always
like
questioned that.
yeah, that was a little bit weird. I
Yeah.
thought the same thing too. Like, wait, don't. And it was just like a regular like needle rifle,
Just one
right?
needle, yeah, one needle rifle, boom, dead. And I was just like, it would made so much more sense if her helmet was off during that.
Hmm.
But I could understand they don't want to show a needle going through somebody's face, but still, like they could have just showed the shot, just you know, right, going right through, and then I would have had a lot more clarity with that death. I never got that death.
Karai said that she died because she drove her off a cliff
Oh wow,
in the game.
that's impressive actually.
Yeah, I actually never, ever since Halo 1, I never let the AI drive for me ever again. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, I learned my
yeah,
lesson.
they try their best, but they're not exactly the best when it comes to that stuff. Hopefully, when it comes to Infinite, I'm assuming with a better engine, they'll be able to have more complex AI. It seems like, especially in the last couple of years, that AI has really stepped up in video games to really kind of be something that you can actually rely on. So, see
Jimbo
how that
said
goes.
she let us all down with that. They did slim down the thickness of Cat and five. She ain't she been on that slim fast. She definitely ain't as thick and
Hmm.
bootylicious.
Oh God. But yeah, I think it's everything on my end. Anything left on your end there, Pat? Are we calling it good on the cast here?
I think we are calling it quits
All right.
on the hop for the night.
Cat's on the keto diet. Yeah, true, karate girl. Actually, I did keto and I lost like 50 pounds or something like
Jesus,
that. And I lost like 40 pounds. And I went from like 190 to like 150. Now I'm 6'4".
that's
So
unhealthy.
yeah, I looked at the BMI index, right, and I was like point 0.1 above like unhealthy, malnourished,
I'm
just because
I'm
I was so strict on the
10 my
diet.
weight for I'm 181 and I'm 5'10".
So yeah, I think we're gonna call it good on the podcast there, guys. So again, thank you very much for everyone who is listening in. Don't forget to listen to us on we're on YouTube, guys. If you're watching it here, if you want to listen to the podcast, but you don't want to waste your battery on your phone, you can actually, by having the screen open on YouTube, you can actually listen to us on Podbean, link in the description as well, or on Spotify as well. You can actually listen to the podcast in its entirety with your screen off, so you can save your phone battery, rather than having to listen on YouTube. So,
Just listen to our sexy voices.
oh yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I think it's about everything on my end then.
Yeah.
And so I guess we're gonna call it good. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Pat, thank you very much as always for coming on every
Of course,
week,
brother.
helping out with the various articles to keep us informed of everything going on in Halo.
In Halo.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it,
See
and we'll
y'all
catch you on
next
the
week.
next podcast.